Growing up, I was always a healthy kid, and I never really had any health problems that were very severe. But when I turned about 14, I noticed things started to feel a bit off with my health. I always ignored them until I decided one day that I had enough.
Something that bothered me was I was losing a lot more hair than usual, and at first I thought this was due to stress. My grandma noticed this was a problem for me, so she brought back some potato shampoo from Mexico she heard could make your hair grow thicker, but it didn't. Acne was another problem for me, so I decided to see a dermatologist, and she would prescribe me all these different washes, creams, and ointments, but nothing ever really made a lasting result. Another problem I saw was my weight, because I just wasn't shedding it as easily as my friends anymore. Everything just worked better for them.
And then it started to affect my confidence, so I felt a little more depressed. My mood would just shift so quickly, and I couldn't really explain why.
I began seeing a therapist. She suggested that I take supplements to help with my mood, and I was really hopeful at first, but then those didn't work out.
So my mom started having high cholesterol, and she would get blood work done, and during this process she kept urging me to go get some blood work done too, and I always just kind of brushed it off because I knew I didn't feel sick. But eventually she kept pushing and I gave in, and so I went and made an appointment with my doctor. When she did the blood work, she tested me for several different things. I got a call about 3 days later and I recognized the number. So I picked it up, and it was the nurse from the doctor's office, and she said, "Your blood results came back. You don't have diabetes, your cholesterol is good, your kidneys and liver are healthy, and we tested you for thyroid and that came back negative." And I felt, okay, good, I'm fine, I'm healthy. But then she paused for a moment and said, "Except you came back positive for PCOS." And I just felt like, oh God, what does that mean? And I had a little panic because she was being creepily slow with delivering the news, and I didn't get why. I think it made me even more concerned. And she paused and then she said, "So PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome. I'm making an appointment now so you can talk to your doctor." And she scheduled the appointment really quickly. I didn't get to ask her anything, and she hung up, and I was like, I have questions. So as soon as I hung up, I Googled PCOS, and then I looked at the bottom of what some of the symptoms can be, and it said everything I was basically dealing with, and then some. It's a hormonal thing that affects me in all the different problem areas I had. I was still in the processing stages of these are actually issues, and so putting all the issues together did get me where I wanted to be, to treat the problem and to get to a healthier life.